Good morning, Southern California, AM 1220 KHTS. This is my favorite part of the show. Absolutely. I'm joined by Samantha Marcos and Jake Gomez, both senior. Are you both seniors?
Yes.
I think that's what it is. With LINC, linking individual network connections, helping peers choose college careers that make sense when they want to start a career. And so Samantha Marcos, West Ranch High School, AP, honor student, a vice chair of the Wildcats Against Cancer. Love that. Love what you give back. Jake Gomez, Valencia High School, just barely getting through classes. Just kidding. He's a leader there, AP honor student, and certainly. And you worked with the local congressman this past year.
I did.
So you're going to talk. You have a great guest today.
Yes, we do.
And I'll turn it over to you, Sam.
Thank you. So we have an exciting guest today, Cynthia Oraduba, who has a passion to guide women who yearn to be their best selves, but who've put their innermost dreams on hold for a family or a career. Though they value their choices, now it's their turn to explore their new horizons. Cynthia helps them find clarity and confidence so that they uncover their true purpose and manifest the abundant, meaningful life they desire.
And Cynthia has a rich history of fulfilling her own life purpose. She joined the William Morris Talent Agency as an agent trainee in the early 1970s, and she later opened her own boutique talent agency in Los Angeles. And in her 16-year career, she helped numerous creative individuals launch their dream careers, including director Lee Daniels of The Butler, Precious and Empire fame. Cynthia even introduced friend Alex Haley to David Wolper, who produced the iconic Ministries. And from corporate to nonprofit management to owning the Robinson Company boutique agency, Cynthia brings so much experience to our show today.
Yes, we're so excited to have you. So our first question to you is, given that you've worked with talent for about 16 years, can you tell us one of your favorite moments or a story or some moment that you experienced that was really inspiring to you or really brought light to your career?
That's a great question. And, it's interesting because I see talent in everyone. And so I was an agent for those years and worked with talent, but I continue to work with talent each day. All of my clients are talented. And I think in terms of the inspiration is seeing how the growth in someone and to seeing how with little steps transformation takes place. And I constantly have seen that. One of the things when I was an agent, I realized that there was such a hunger to get the job that they were missing the big moments of just the experience and just constantly growing their craft and getting out and doing plays and reading and just learning. And so what I started doing, working with my clients to get them to know who they were and to appreciate all of the little gifts that they personally had within them so that when they went on the interview, it wasn't about, I gotta get the job. It's let me go and have fun and bring out all of this that I have worked and that and feel great about that.
So that definitely sounds like where your passion for becoming a life coach was. Can you kind of talk about how that career kind of sprouted?
It's so interesting because you're right. I was coaching all along, but I didn't know that that's what I was doing. And it wasn't until I decided that I wanted to go back to work because I took off to stay at home and raise my kids. And then it was like, okay, now it's time for me to have another level of mental stimulation for myself. And so, Samantha, I heard that you're involved with Wildcats Against Cancer.
Yeah.
Well, my first venture going back was to work with the American Cancer Society. And I was a director of one of their offices in Los Angeles for a number of years. And loved it, but I realized there was still something that was not being tapped in me. And so I became a volunteer so that I could seek out the next step for Cynthia. and I ended up working with a coach. And that process was just amazing. I learned so much about myself. And so it says that you never know it all because we're always in discovery mode. And in that process, and as I was observing what was unfolding for me, I realized that me coaching others would be ideal. I had coached as an agent, but didn't know that that's what I was doing. So I went back to school so I could get the tools so that I could be as sharp and as on point as possible to really help drive my clients to where they wanted to go.
Well, that's fascinating. And you were just talking about how you were coaching people. So since you help empower others, and that's really what your passion is, what's some advice that you can give to some listeners today about people maybe that they want to step out of their comfort zone or, do something like you, do something great?
The first thing I would do, thank you for saying step out of your comfort zone, because sometimes that comfort zone can be a prison.
Yep.
And so just knowing that you are even contemplating stepping outside is so important. And once you just start thinking in that direction, doors open, because that gate isn't padlocked. You've just padlocked it. But once you're ready to step out, you will see that there is so much more that you have to offer and so many more skills that are just waiting to be used. So for a young person, I wouldn't lock myself up into, like if you're a senior. I think you're seniors and getting ready to go to college.
Yep.
I wouldn't just lock myself up and saying, I'm going to go and be a physicist.
Yeah.
And even if that subject area is something that you're really crazy about, I would still keep my eyes open to other opportunities and other groups to get involved with on campus and courses to study, because you may find that you may want to take whatever it is into a whole new direction. And so just having opening yourself up to exposure will allow you to find things that you didn't even know that you had interest in.
Cynthia, this is Fred Arnold. I love this topic and everything you're saying. What would you say to encourage young students to be open to unlimited possibilities like they had when they were 5 years old? So perfect, because when you were young, 5, 6, 7, 8, no didn't exist. You just went after whatever it is that you saw in front of you. And you just grabbed it, giggled, enjoyed it, had fun with it, didn't take it too serious. And when you got what you wanted from that, then you moved on and you zeroed in on something else. And then eventually you started having an awareness of what things you really liked, what things you didn't, and you found yourself then embracing the things that you like. Somewhere along the line, someone said no, and you stopped and listened to them and believed them. And someone started providing doubt. So the thing to do is to go back and realize who you were as a kid, what you really enjoyed, and how the things that you went after it, you embraced, and you were able to sink your teeth into it. The other thing is fun. Kids have fun. It is not until someone makes them feel that having fun is a waste of time. Having fun allows you to just open up all aspects of yourself to receive and to see and to learn. So in your daily life, in your studies, in your work, in your friendships, in your family life, you should encompass fun. And if it's not fun or something that you are enjoying and that you could sink your teeth in, something's wrong.
You're so right. So thank you so much. We're going to take a quick little break. We're going to be back more with Cynthia and we're going to talk more about her career and the great things that she does. We're LINC, Linking Individuals Network Connections, and we're on KHTS AM 1220.
Welcome back to KHTS AM 1220. This is Linking Individuals Network Connections, and I am Jake Gomez with my partners Sam and Fred Arnold, and we're here interviewing Cynthia Orbaduga. Sorry, my bad. And she's a life coach, and she's been just sharing with us how to find fun in the careers that we pick and choose, and trying to open up our horizons and not be so restrictive of ourselves. So just kind of going back what we were talking about before the break, I mean, Cynthia, you've definitely taken your own advice in that you very, very much opened yourself up to so many different career paths. So one thing I kind of want to talk about is, could you talk about this nonprofit that you started?
Oh, well, they're interesting that you should say that. I was involved with a nonprofit for a number of years, and it was called Hershey, and we worked with foster girls, preparing them for emancipation so that they could have enriched lives and not be locked down by their foster girl experience. And so I was involved with that for, I guess, about 10 years, and unfortunately our director left and funding sort of diminished, and we closed. However, I was just speaking to some of the other board members, and we're looking at some of the support services that we can continue to provide even though we've closed.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Wow. That's really great, and I have another question for you. So going back to more about your life coaching, why do you think that so many women and even men, like, they know that they have the capability to do something great, but like we were talking about before, not many people really want to step out of their comfort zone. So why do you think that is?
Fear.
Yeah.
Fear is a big factor. Fear of failure, fear that others, how they will be perceived, fear that they're going to disappoint themselves. And so many people play little, play small. And I can even say they could be making all the money in the world and still play little or play small because they're not doing that big thing that they're put here to do. Okay. They rather lock themselves in the security of having a lot of money or having a title or having a particular job title, and that is not what they really want. I have a little story to tell. I have a friend who wanted his son to be a doctor and follow in his footsteps. And so the son did well in undergraduate school, went to medical school, finished medical school, and at his graduation, his parents came up with pride that their son is now the doctor. And he said, well, this was my gift to you and Mom, but what I really want to be is a chef. And he then pursued his dream and his love to be a chef. Now, it was sort of sad that he had to take that long route and do the whole medical school and all of that. But even once he finished, he still had the courage, and he realized that he had to be true to himself. And he's now a chef.
Wow. I guess better than late than never.
Yes. Yeah. So and that's what I brought it up. Because sometimes we do things for others, and we look up and we realize that we are not following our path, and we're not being our authentic and real to ourselves.
Well, I think that's a perfect story that just kind of concludes your whole career and just concludes what we all need to take from your wise words. So, Cynthia, thank you so much for being with us today.
Can I say one other thing?
Please do.
And I wrote a book called It's Your Turn, Uncovering the Best You Now. And in this book, it's like 22 life lessons that will help you uncover what it is that makes you tick, what makes you so special, and how to tap into your wealth of treasures so that you can find and do what you want. So check it out on Amazon. It's
Will
your
do,
turn,
yeah.
Uncovering the Best You Now, and I hope that it will be a tool to help you to reach the heights that you so desire.
That's remarkable.
Yeah, Jake, I love that, and Cynthia, I love that because we all have a genius.
We do.
We all have that gift. We just have to find out what that is and,
Yep.
and live to our genius, because sometimes we're living to that, maybe that failure or that struggle that people want to put us in, and they want to put us in a box as a clerk or as a teller or as this or as that, whatever that is. But your genius is something else.
Yes.
And we get
Yes.
stuck in that. So I love that. How come it's on Amazon?
It's on Amazon.
And the name of the book again, Jake?
It's your turn, Uncovering the Best You Now.
Great.
And if you want to look at more of Cynthia's stuff, she's written a lot of books. She's done a lot of great things. MissingPieceCoaching.com. You can read all about her and see everything that she's done. And we just want to thank you so much for being here.
And may I add, the peace is P-E-A-C-E, missing peace. So
Peace.
it's a double entendre
Yes.
for the
Peace
peace
of
within.
mind.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Well, Cynthia, thank you so much for being with us today. You definitely taught us a lot more than I knew coming into this interview. So thank you so much.
It was my pleasure. I enjoyed it. Thank you, and all the best to you.
You too.
You
Thank you
too.
so much.
Thank you.
Take care.
This has been me, Jake Gomez, and Samantha Marcus with LINC, Linking Individuals Network Connections on KHTS AM 1220. Thank you.